Hello, my name is Charles Marsala. I am a director with the West End Lakeshore Civic Park Association. I want to talk to you guys at the Louisiana Legislature about some bills that you're voting on. One is HB 892, which is to take what we see in this photograph, which is West End Lakeshore Park, at least this part of the park. This is from 1928, and convert it into a 65-foot tall entertainment district. We really oppose that, and we're going to talk to you about that. This shows that there was not any activity here in the park. This is Jefferson Parish over here. This is where the Brunings was. Nothing here. So when we hear those stories recently in front of the parochial and municipal committee that this place has been active since the 1890s, there's nothing there. And in fact, the activity was here on the New Basin Canal, Lakeshore Drive area, as we know, because that's where the train tracks were. That's where the port was, the ferry, everything was over there. That's where the activity was. This park gets put in around 1910, and there was open water in front of it before it. So there was no stuff going on in the 1890s out here where they want to develop now. On the next slide you see here, it is called West End Park. This is from 2025, February. It says plans move forward, and there's opposition. And we're going to talk to you about the opposition tonight, or in this video. And you'll see here, this is our idea. Rather than develop the park, this is LMA land, Lakefront Management Authority land. It's empty right now. They've got a lot of empty land. They are hurting for cash. So rather than add more competition to the numerous vacant spots, not only at LMA, but private lands as well in the area, why not develop this part first? This is 150 feet. It's right as you come in there. It's right across from the park. And that way we don't have to touch this park that was created by Act 209 and Act 9s of 1906 and 1910 to be a public park. The council in December, the New Orleans Council, decided with the Yacht Harbor Corporation to deny the nomination to put West End Lakeshore Park on the National Historic Register. And right after this, Mayor Moreno sent a letter to the State Review Committee requesting, almost demanding, that we would not be deleted from their agenda to be reviewed with that application. A detailed 60-page application that would allow the park to receive grants for National Historic Register status and everything else, which is what we pride ourselves on in Louisiana, has been taken. That action has been taken so the public can't speak. And there's such a strong demand from the public to take care of this park, which you'll see here. We started asking questions. 283 people have responded. The survey's on the internet. Anybody can take it. It's 50 questions to see how much you know about it and what you think you want to do with it. But protecting the green space and the wildlife habitat gets 91% of the people want that. So the trees that would have to be cut down are home to 113 species of birds that go through that park for migratory reasons and regular habitat: eagles, pelicans, osprey, hawks. We would lose all that by putting this entertainment district right there in the middle of it. We asked people, do you matter? There's 29 oak trees in that area. And the studies come back showing at least 10 of them have to be removed to put this facility in that our elected officials are really encouraging to happen. We see again, 93% don't want to see these trees cut down. These are 100-year-old trees, some of them, and we would remove them where the birds stay, because you can't plant a 5-foot tree and make a bird's nest in it. You need an oak tree that's 40 feet in the air. Outdoor bans. Our elected officials have had no meetings to tell the large number of condos and the people in Bucktown which way the music's going to play. In front of the Committee for Parochial and Parks as well, they said, oh, we're going to bring back Fitzgerald's and stuffed flounder. You can get that any place out there. There's numerous places to have a nice stuffed flounder outside. But the music that was coming from Augie's, the banana eating contest, the wet t-shirt contest, they don't talk about that. And they don't talk about how much the noise was carrying across the water to Bucktown. So now with a $15 million investment in Bucktown Marsh to make that a wildlife place, you're going to have music and bright lights there. You're going to destroy it for migratory birds. So why not think about that? And there's been no meetings to talk about the impact on the wildlife would have out there if you develop it. This question here, staffing. There is 5 studies have come back in the last 20 years saying that the feasibility is that it's saturated and fully served with restaurants and bars. So to add more is going to put competition for not only the customers, but to hire staff for all the numerous places that already exist. They've said the area is well served. So why would we add more? And if you want, do something smaller. That LMA land is a perfect site. It's right across the street. It lets us keep the park intact, and it's a great compromise solution. We just added a new question. 80% of the people responding to this question want the park on the National Historic Register. I mean, that seems like a no-brainer. Why we would block it? Maybe it's because we don't want to use the word park. That our elected officials keep calling it the parking lot of West End. They don't want to say that it's West End Lakeshore Park. And that application made them have to address and say that ugly word of park. This is the Pelicans. You can see in just this little corner how many dozens or scores of pelicans there are. We'll typically see during peak season 300 to 500 pelicans out there. So one idea is to take this, get some funds. We've got some people looking at helping us do this, make this whole piling out to be a bird island like they have out at Avery Island, Tabasco has. We've talked to those people and they want to help us with this project, whether it's just information or other means, but why not take and convert that into a great wildlife habitat that people would come out and then go spend money at those restaurants and bars. Even eagles. This is a pair of mating eagles. I want to call them Jeff and Nola, Jefferson and New Orleans, Louisiana. I've seen them now lay several pairs of eggs, and it's great watching these eagle eggs work. The Eagle Protection Act might come into play here. You can see that they're actually sitting on top of the communications tower at the Coast Guard facility. So with all these other variables going on, it makes sense not to spend the $20 million to build an infrastructure for some developers to make money and not to put a tax increase on the residents out there. One of the things is I don't think the residents can even vote on this. It'll be the commission because there's no residents that live in the area that's going to be taxed. So normally people get to vote on taxing themselves or increasing their taxes. In this case, it'd be 5 people that would decide whether or not to tax everybody else that eats at this place. So I really hope you guys defer this or vote no on it. We're glad to see that 3 people in the House did vote no on it, and whatever their reasons were, we really appreciate that, whether it's to protect the wildlife, to not increase taxes, the fact that we just got too much out there already and it doesn't make common sense is another one. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration.